Welcome to episode 4 of Greylightning, my video blog about making and playing. This is going to be my first episode dedicated to playing, and specifically video gaming. I'm going to start my playing episodes by focusing on this game, my first love, Dragon Age Inquisition, created by BioWare and published by EA or Electronic Arts. I'm going to cover 10 essential lessons for playing Dragon Age Inquisition that will help you play really any RPG game, role-playing game, and many other types of video games as well. But before I launch into that, I want to spend a few moments talking about why I believe playing video games is good for us. I can sum it up this way. It's fun, it's good for you, and it's good for your relationships with other people. So first of all, fun. Playing video games is what's called a flow experience. If you have a favorite hobby, I'm sure you understand flow. It's those things that you get involved in and you look up hours later and you realize time has just flown by. That's what flow feels like. And research has shown that flow experiences not only make you happier, they improve your concentration, your self-esteem, and your performance. There are other ways that video games can be good for you. I'm sure you're familiar with the brain games that have become popular recently. But research has shown that those games only work for a very short period of time and for the specific skills that are being tested in those games. But role-playing video games, they exercise complex skills that you use in your everyday life. Multitasking, facial recognition, event recall, location recognition, using maps, navigating, logic. So things that are useful to you in your everyday life. And finally, playing video games can be good for your relationships with others in your life who love video games. For one thing, being interested in someone else's passion is a real act of love. When you play video games, your cool factor goes up overnight, trust me. But in all seriousness, I think if you're going to judge something, it's important to understand it. I know a lot of adults who have very strong opinions about the amount of time other people spend playing video games. And while we're all entitled to our opinions, it really helps if your opinions are informed. So for that reason, and just because video games are such an important part of our modern culture, I think they're worth investigating whether you decide they're for you or not. So playing video games, there are tons of videos on the internet about how to play any particular game. But I'm hoping that the videos I plan on making will be especially helpful for baby boomers, and here are the reasons why. First of all, like doing anything challenging, playing video games can be, there's a learning curve associated with it. You can get frustrated pretty quickly if you don't get the right kind of help early on. So I'm hoping I can help you get past some of that frustration. Now you might think the answer is to go talk to the young people in your life, but what I've learned is they don't know what we don't know. There's a lot of commonality between the mechanics of video games. And so our young friends have spent years learning about those, and they're way up the learning curve. And frankly, they don't understand what's hard for us and what we don't understand. But I do, and I think that can be helpful. And finally, role-playing games in particular have a lot of complexity that you can actually ignore without losing the essence of the game. I think I can show you those shortcuts because I found them for myself, and that can help you get to the fun part faster. So on to playing Dragon Age Inquisition. My son bought this for me about 2 years ago and helped me get started. He seemed to know intuitively that it would be the right game for me. It's what's called an open world game, which means you can wander around a complex video environment. And it's a role-playing game with a classic storyline of a hero's journey where you are the hero. It's visually stunning, and it has a soundtrack that's worthy of a blockbuster movie. It has interesting characters with interesting backstories, and they're voiced by accomplished voice actors. So I think playing this game will really help you understand why the video game industry is bigger than the movie industry, and why playing video games is such a wildly popular form of entertainment. So with that, on to 10 essential lessons for playing Dragon Age Inquisition.